So let's talk about something real, and it is LinkedIn, one of my favorite platforms. So the thing about it is sometimes LinkedIn can be a mystery on what to do and how to grow our brand. But if you're a coach, a consultant, a speaker, a leader who wants to build your brand, LinkedIn is the place to be. And in this video, I'm going to talk about the 3 C's that I am so excited about when it comes to LinkedIn. And that would be content, comments, and connections. So if that is something you are interested in finding out, how can you grow your brand with LinkedIn? We're going to talk about these 3 C's. So grab that pen and grab that paper, because I'm sure this is a video that you are going to want to watch to the end. So hello, awesome people. I am Marshalyn Hudson, your brand and growth strategist, AI marketing consultant. And if you know anything about me, I love giving you tips and tools on how to build that brand. So today I want to talk about LinkedIn, because LinkedIn is a great place to build your brand. You don't have to be on it every day. You don't have to be dancing if you don't want to. And it doesn't need to be something that's so overwhelming. And today I want to talk about the 3 C's of LinkedIn growth. Now, the first C, number one, is content. Hope you got that pen and paper. And number 2, comments. And sometimes people kind of overlook that, but we're going to talk about that. And number 3, connections. And I'm going to tell you how to apply each one just a few days a week, so you're not overwhelmed and you're actually not just posting, but you're building your brand. So let's talk about the first C, content. So you might think, well, Marsha, what kind of content should I put on LinkedIn? Now, I've been using LinkedIn for years, as I've been teaching social media and marketing and branding since 2015. And it has changed so much. When I was in the college classroom, I was teaching my students, because I was a college professor. Many of you know me. If you don't know me, I taught at the college for 27 years before I retired. But I would tell my students to go to LinkedIn and post for your resumes, or go to LinkedIn and look for jobs. Well, LinkedIn is so much more now. It is great for building a brand as a coach, a speaker, a consultant, a leader. It is great. And you won't be just there spinning your wheels. Okay, so when we talk about content, for me, and LinkedIn even agrees, because I do a little LinkedIn advising. They'll send me emails, to ask my advice on things, because I've been on a long time. When it comes to content, you really only need to have a 3-day-a-week plan. You got that pen and paper? Because I'm going to give you some great tips. So you can have a plan for 2 days a week or 3. I like the 3-day-a-week plan. The other 4 days, you can be doing what you need to do for your business. But you do want to be consistent with those 2 days or 3. Be consistent. So if you choose 2, do 2. If you choose 3, do 3. I like the 3. So you might say, well, Marsha, what do I do with content? And we're going to talk about the 3 C's, because posting alone is not a strategy. Okay. That will not bring money to your bank account. So with the first C, the content, on the 3 days, you might say, well, what do I post for my content? And of course you can use ChatGPT or another AI tool to help you with ideas, but you don't want to just copy and paste something from an AI tool. You want to have a conversation with the AI tool until you get to a place where you're like, this sounds like me. This is what I want my people to see. This is what I want to post. And so the content can be stories. I really recommend storytelling content, because content now needs to be conversational. It needs to be like you're talking to your ideal client over a cup of coffee. It's not the jargon and the businessy and the staunchy type of content anymore. It is just not like that. You need to be authentic. You need to speak the language that your customers are speaking. You need to, they need to relate to you. They need to be able to resonate with what you're saying. Use the words that they're using in their head. And it's also been said that you should use like language for an 8th grader. It needs to be clear. I like what Donald Miller says. Clear. It needs to be clear. Clarity will build your brand. And I like what Rory Vaden said, clear is better than clever. So be clear, be concise, use the language that they're using. So you might use stories sometimes in your post. You might use your own entrepreneur journey sometimes in your post. You might even use experiences, your wins, your losses. Use your own journey, use your own experiences, use your own stories to post to LinkedIn to your ideal audience. So what's happening is you are attracting the audience that you want through the content by using content that your audience is using in their heads. It may be some of their struggles. Your content needs to speak to that. It may be their challenges. It may be their fears or their desires. That is the type of content you post here 2 to 3 days a week, speaking to one of those areas, their challenges, their struggles, their fears, their desires. And like I say, it can be in the form of storytelling, conversational. Just make it down to earth where people are saying, wow. Oh my God. Wow. She gets me. Or wow. They understand me. Or that's exactly how I feel. People need to feel like they're being heard, they're being seen, you understand them through your content. And so when you're posting your content, I always like to say, when you do post to LinkedIn, always post either a video. LinkedIn likes video now. It could be a short video, 30-second video, 1-minute video, or an image. And the image can be of you, okay? It can be of you wherever you are. So pair an image with your content for your LinkedIn. And now what you have is you have a great beginning of your strategy. That's the first C, content. So you're like, okay, Marsha, what to write? I am actually telling you what to write. And down below, I'm going to put a link to my newest lead magnet called the Content Power Pack. And it actually gives you prompts. It tells you what to write. It gives you storytelling prompts. It gives you post comments. It gives you comments on what to say. It's a great power pack content guide. And I will put the link down below because you want to grab that content power pack guide. Plus it gives a demo in the guide. It gives a short tutorial of Canva, how to make the image in the guide. It also gives a Loom. I made a Loom a screenshot that's in the guide. And I also went over Trello. So if you're like, well, what is Trello? I will put that link into. So all of that is in the content power pack. So you want to grab that and I will put the link below. So back to the second C. Okay, so now the second C for LinkedIn growth would be comments. And so many times, and I talk with my clients, and I work with great clients, and they're trying to figure out how to build a brand, how to build it on LinkedIn, how to build it with other places. But when we talk about social media, we talk about not forgetting making comments. And that is so important because here's the truth about the right type of comments. It will grow your visibility faster than just posting alone. So every day, your 2 days or your 3 days, I like to say take 15 minutes and do commenting. Okay. And in the power pack, I actually give comment starters. I like to say take 10 to 15 minutes, pick 5 people, your 2 to 3 days, make a comment. Make a comment on their post. LinkedIn will even start suggesting people for you to connect with. Make a comment. Sometimes I'll get on the sofa and spend about 10 minutes and just making comments on people who I've resonated with in groups because I'm in LinkedIn groups. People who I see who've posted and the post spoke to me. I'll make a comment. I look for new people in the search bar that match my niche or match what I like. And sometimes I'll make a comment. Sometimes I'm on the patio, I'll make a comment. And I'm out and about. I could be at Starbucks. I have comment time. You want to have comment time. And I like to say 10 to 15 minutes, wherever you are, whether you're on the sofa, or Starbucks, or out and about, you can have 10-minute comment time both of your days. It will increase your visibility faster than posting. So you definitely do not want to skip commenting. And you might say, well, what do I say, Marsha, in the comment? I have that in the PowerPoint guide, the content power pack guide that I've created. I have comment starters that you could just actually copy and paste. But you can also ask your AI, whatever AI tool you like, to help you with comments. You have to go read the person's post. Then you have to think about what the post said to you. And then you want to think about, how can I come in and make a comment on what the post said, make a comment on how it spoke to me, and maybe thank the person for the share. It's very important. So you don't want to just go make a comment and say that was nice, or that's good, or I like that. You want your comment to be in depth. I almost like to say your comment should be like a mini TED Talk. 2-3 sentences, comment, be authentic, be real. It will grow your visibility. Okay, so you don't want to just say, I like that, okay? But you can say something like, this reminds me of, and go into detail. Or you could say something like, I really like how you said, and go into detail. Or you could say something like, I teach this too. And here's the thing I'd like to add, because this is a great share. You always want to, you don't want to overshadow them and make it look like it's about you. You always want to give that person their accolade. And what happens is other people see your comments. Their people see your comments, other people see your comments. And if your comments are good like that, they're like, wow, who is that? Who made that comment? And they go find you on LinkedIn and they become a connection. So comments are very important. So that's number 2, the second C. Number 3, the third C is connection. So it's very hard to build a brand, whether you're on LinkedIn or wherever, without making connections. Okay. Connections can bring so much for you. You can get referrals from connections. You can learn things from connections. People can tell you about something that's happening and you go and be a part of it and you didn't know, because unless they connected with you. So connections are very important. And I like to say on LinkedIn, your same 2 to 3 days, you can go in and look for 5 people to connect with. They don't have to be in your niche. They just need to be like-minded like you, or you might feel like this would be a great person to connect with. So you go to their LinkedIn profile, you look at their profile, you see if they're active, you look at their headliner, what they do up under their name, who they do it for, and then you look at maybe some of their posts and decide, this would be a great connection for me. And it's not just about sales, okay? Because you're building your brand. And so LinkedIn is not just a posting platform, okay? It's a relationship platform. It's not just for jobs and resumes anymore. And so every week I like to say, reach out to 5 people each day. Now, if you have 2 days, then 5 each day, that's 10 people. If you have 3 days that you're going to be having your brand on LinkedIn, then that's 15 people, which is great. And so now you can make connections with people and you can let them know how you saw their post or you like their profile. And so you're making connections, and LinkedIn will even start suggesting people that you want to connect with. So the truth of the matter is, connections and builds relationships, and relationships become referrals, and then connections can equal conversations, and conversations become clients. So connections are very important when we're talking about the 3 C's. So as we wrap up, the 3 C's for LinkedIn growth are so important for you to add to your strategy, because posting is not a strategy. You need to have a system for your strategy. And these 3 C's are a great start for building your brand on LinkedIn. Number 1, content. And that's 2 to 3 days a week. Number 2, comments. That will boost your visibility. And number 3, connections that start real conversations, which will equal to clients. So if you've been stuck and you don't know what to do, maybe you've been off and on with LinkedIn, or maybe you've been inconsistent, or maybe you have been posting and nothing's been happening. Well, now you have a new strategy to grow your brand on LinkedIn. This is a great place to grow your audience and start with these 3 C's. And so if you want a done for you system, or you want to know, how do I make the content, Marsha? How do I make the comments? And what do I do to connect? Like I say, down below, I have my content power pack, and it has content, posts, prompts, scripts, comment starters, a video for tutorial, screen share, all of that's in the Power Pack content. And so, like I like to say as we wrap up, the thing about it is, when we're trying to grow our brand, which is the biggest thing to growing a business, growing your brand is your reputation. It's not just about posting. It's not just about logos and colors, but it is about being consistent. And when you're consistent and you keep on, even though when you feel like nothing's happening, people see. You might feel like nothing's happening. Something's always happening. So, as I like to say, don't forget, the secret sauce to your success is not all of the stuff, doing a lot, because simplify is great. Doing more doesn't mean making more. It's not being on every platform. It's not being overwhelmed. It's not trying to keep up with every trend. It really isn't. That's not the secret to your success. The secret to your success is you. And it's the choices and the decisions and the actions you take on a daily basis. So I hope that these 3 C's, content, comment, and connection, will help you as you get ready to build your brand and grow your business on LinkedIn.